Hi, welcome back to Reddit Stories. I'm Ness. Let's get started. Am I the arsehole for continuing to change in front of my window even after my neighbours complained? I, early 30s female, bought a house last year with my fiance, but we only just moved in a few months ago because it needed some work. Our neighbours are a woman, her husband, and their college-age son. Everything was fine until a few weeks ago when the neighbour woman came over, visibly upset, and told me she saw me changing through my window and would appreciate it if I didn't do that there. I was surprised because the angle of the window makes it so that someone would really have to go out of their way to see anything. I checked it out myself, and unless you're standing in a specific spot in their yard, you can't see much at all. To be clear, no one in her family, husband or son, has ever mentioned seeing me. She was just worried that they might. I didn't feel like I should have to change my habits for her, especially since it had to be actively trying to look in, so I kept changing there as I had been. She come over again last week, this time freaking out at my fiance, calling me a whore and accusing me of being disrespectful. I honestly think it's ridiculous because I'm in my own home and I'm not flaunting myself. Her husband came over and apologised and said he asked her specifically not to do that and clarified he hadn't ever mentioned seeing me or had his son. My fiance told me to just get new blinds or try to change in a different area, but I think that's bullshit and have been doing as I have since I moved in. Am I the arsehole? What are your opinions? My opinion is, personally, well, it's her own home, so she should be able to do what she wants. But if there is a way of people seeing you getting undressed, I think maybe just put a blind up and feel comfortable for yourself and for other people. What do you all think? Am I the arsehole for tattling on my neighbours? Background. My husband and I live in a garden-style apartment building, surrounded by mostly young families and young couples. There are 2 buildings attached to each other, with 6 units in each, that share a small parking lot of 12 spaces. Parking is included in our rent. Parking stickers have to be displayed or you get towed, but you can only have a maximum 2 cars per unit. Given the area that we live has a lot of public transportation options, most people only have 1 car, so parking isn't too big of an issue. But if there are no spots available, you have to park on the street outside the complex. We've really had issues with finding parking in our lot, and only occasionally having to park on the street. That is, until recently. About 6 months ago, our neighbours, who already have 2 cars, had a few people, I assume family, move in with them. These guests brought 2 more cars with them. Obviously, since you can't have more than 2 cars per the lease, they do not have parking stickers, but they still park in our lot, and the only time I ever see them leave is when the tow truck comes. It comes at the same time every morning. They will temporarily move to avoid being towed, then come back. So basically, 1 unit now takes up 4 of the 12 spaces. I only really know our neighbours across the hall, so I talked to them about it. They were also annoyed because they never get parking anymore due to the time they get home from work, and the cars parked on the street are constantly getting broken into. I tried reaching out and wrote them a letter for a few weeks ago, asking if their guests could please park on the street since they are only allowed 2 cars per unit, but that had gone ignored. So yesterday I emailed the leasing office to see if they could remedy the situation. My husband thinks I'm an arsehole because these family members, again, I'm not actually sure they are family, but it seems to be like they are. probably had to move in due to financial hardship, as who would want to move into a small 2-bedroom apartment with 5 people? And my going to the leasing office might get them kicked out, since they are likely unauthorised occupants. I can empathise with that and did think about it, which is why I reached out to them first, but they ignored it. Am I the arsehole? I think you're not an arsehole, but no, I don't think you're an arsehole at all, because you actually wrote a letter to them, or was it an email? An email. You emailed them telling them about it, but they still ignored you. So it has to be rectified, doesn't it, really? And everybody has 2 parking spaces. So if they're taking advantage, they'll have to be told. And to be cheeky enough to wait until the tow truck goes off and then come back. See, no, I think you did the right thing. What are all your comments and opinions? Do it below. Am I the arsehole for asking my friend to fly Spirit tickets for my birthday in May? He told my best friend, who lives out of state, that he wanted to fly her up to attend the concert with me as a little surprise. I had to add that on the phone call he made to her. He said that they would have to be cheap flights. He wanted to do this for me, but can't break the bank. The surprise got leaked a while ago, and her and I have been watching flights daily. The prices have gone up and up, getting closer to the concert date, and now they're up to $600 for a round trip. This is not anything that we can make happen right now, and my husband is now getting upset with her and is saying that the only tickets he's willing to purchase are Spirit, and she's refusing to fly that airline. I'm feeling a little upset and shit on, quite frankly, because of the opportunity he's given her. A place to stay, a practically free vacation to visit home and family, and a free Billie Eilish concert. And she is giving that all up because of a cheap airline. I told her how I was feeling, and that if she was offering the same thing to me, that I would fly in a junky 2-seater plane the whole way there and never say a word or complain about anything because of the opportunity I'd be getting, and that it wouldn't be my place to argue or be picky about that what airline I'd be flying in. Earlier in the conversation, when I told her that Spirit was our only option, she said that she would rather die than fly Spirit or Frontier again. And when I tried asking her why, she said, because they fucking suck. After I told her how I was feeling, she said to me not to make her feel selfish because she doesn't feel safe with a certain airline, and that I had never had a traumatic flying experience. Which is correct, I haven't, but I willingly would be able to experience this with her. I feel pretty stuck, in my opinion, but could just be upset in the moment. Am I the arsehole? Nope, I don't think she's the arsehole at all. Because you've given her an opportunity to come over, not pay for anything, yet she's taken advantage of the situation. Find somebody closer to home that will go with you and not make such a big deal of everything. Let her get on with it. That's it for this video. Please like and subscribe, and I'll see you again soon.